Want some? Get some. Can I get a hell yeah?
Yes, I am a pirate.
You have to go with the pirates because, of course, they have cannons and everything.
It's a pirate's life for me.
Be proud of who you are and what you are. You pirate.
It is a first down. Pirates.
Because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. When you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it.
I think I've ever been in a building as loud as that was. It was deafening in there.
You live with Omaha? I can promise you that. And a triple all night long in Eastern North Carolina.
You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.
My heart is purple and gold. I'm a pirate down to my soul. And I don't back down, not at all. Find out when the cannons explode.
Welcome in to TSO On Deck here on Thursday night as we talk about getting you ready for Memphis on the road, and that will be tomorrow. And with me right now, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from LaGrange, is Kyle from LaGrange. Bob, how are you, sir?
Yeah, doing good, Dave. Had a bunch of text messages pop up on my screen when you were introducing me. Yes, we sit here on a Thursday night at the end of the week. Horrible performance on Tuesday against North Carolina State. We ain't going to talk about that too much. Memphis coming up this weekend. We need to at least get 2 out of 3. It's just such a hot and cold team. You hope that performance against NC State doesn't carry over to the weekend.
No doubt about it. As we bring in Alan Vick. Alan, you've been around this program for a long time, and have you ever seen a team that's so up and down?
Jekyll and Hyde, man, Jekyll and Hyde. That's what gives me hope that when postseason rolls around, the good Pirates will be will be doing their thing. Because man, this team it's been tough to watch at times, but when they're clicking, they're as fun as any baseball team I've ever seen at ECU. But it's definitely up and down, man. Consistency just ain't there this year. That's
right, Johnny Stats. How are you, brother?
What's up, fellas? Doing okay. Yeah, I think Justin and we talked about before the game that we weren't going to lose sleep if they didn't win. But, man, I didn't sleep well at all because I didn't expect to get rolled like that, 2 times in 1 year. It's just we have a way of making average pitchers pitch the game of their lives. And that seems to be what happened. Plus, they're hitting. I mean, they're very disciplined. I mean, we threw more walks than we did strikeouts in both games this year against NC State. And that never works out well. But on the flip side, it's very odd. We scored 2 runs. And that 3rd inning, we had bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah.
And we walked in a run.
2 runs.
And
we
walked in a run. Then we got an out. So then we had bases loaded with 1 out. Then we walked in another run.
Right.
And then we struck out twice. But it's like we didn't even – I mean, it's still an RBI for Colby. And I forget who the other one – I think it was Jack. But still, I mean, we just couldn't make contact. Meaningful contact anyhow.
That's when that game was won and lost, that inning. When we didn't come away with a big inning, like you didn't put up at least 4 or 5 runs, it was over.
You're exactly right, Kyle. And that inning, I usually don't. I'll tell you guys, I usually don't. I wouldn't say the word panic, but have a bad feeling. But when that inning happened, I was picking up I was actually listening to the radio at the time. And when that happened, I said, oh, man, that is not good. I don't know what it is about NC State this year. We usually play much better against NC State. And I know that we have at least an equal or better team than NC State. But, man, when NC State we playing this year, it's like we just lay down to them.
Yeah, but we've really never had luck at Doak. I mean, that's a tough place for the Pirates to play baseball for whatever reason.
Josh Thomas, what's up, brother? He said, like Cliff said, he agrees that our offense is bipolar.
And I can tell you another thing. I think what happened to me on Tuesday is when Sean Jenkins went out. I think that took the sail out of the sailboat too, as well.
I think the game was it didn't help, Justin. You're right about that. Absolutely.
How about the Jenkins injury?
Yeah, you talk about, we didn't score them runs in that third, fourth inning there, and then Jenkins went out, and I think that really nailed the coffin in right there.
Yeah, he was pitching well, too. He was really the first pitcher to get them under control. He threw 12 pitches, 10 of them were strikes, and, he was looking good out there. And then, I don't know. I wasn't there, but apparently he grunted or yelled out and just, left the field. So, anybody hear an update?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
No.
I haven't heard nothing, but I'll see if I can find some info out.
Can you do me a favor? Can you go call on some of your sources and see if you can find out something for me?
Yes, I will get right on that, Dave.
Okay.
That was the fifth inning, Kyle.
Yeah. Alan is the man. So
yeah, I've got sources on speed dial over here.
I know he's actually got, hey Kyle, you won't believe it, but Alan is so old school. He has an old rotary phone that's what he makes his phone calls on.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Alan. I wasn't supposed to out you like that.
I always, I'm so old school. I tell people the worst part about phone sex is the cord gets in the way.
Oh, well, I asked for that. Okay.
You walk right into that.
Hey, Kyle, did you notice that Alan's comedy is like 80s?
Yeah, I picked up on it. You could be said that he could have been doing HBO comedy specials in the 80s.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can't do stand-up comedy because my legs get tired easy. But
you're a sit-down comedian.
Squat down comedian, yes. That's me.
Alan, you still have a Rolodex, Josh said?
I do. I do still have a Rolodex, and I still use Post-it notes for everything. Everything.
Kyle still has a Rolex.
I wish I had a Rolex.
I do too. Wildfire, do you have a Rolex?
I do.
You do? You haven't had? All right. Please don't pawn it. You can give it to Kyle.
It's going to cost him a little bit of money.
Well, Kyle's got plenty of money, man.
That's what I heard. Them folks over there in LaGrange, man.
Yeah, he got big money.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots and lots.
Money.
Lots.
So, guys, Memphis this weekend. I don't know where the hell direction we're going with the show. Wildfire's headed to Memphis. So are the Pirates. Memphis has been playing much better baseball. They were not good at all at the beginning of the season, JR, but recently they swept Charlotte a couple weeks back. Or they swept somebody. Was it Charlotte? They swept a couple weeks back. Rice. They swept Rice a couple weeks back, and then they took one from UAB. Almost took the series. They could have taken 2 out of 3. It was real close. So they're playing good baseball. It's not the best time to be catching Memphis on the road.
Just lost.
But here's the thing, Kyle. You're correct about that. But at home on the weekend, they're terrible. They're downright awful. They're 3-12 in their last 5 weekends at home, and they've never won 2 games at home in one weekend in that span. They opened the season against Toledo, and they did win 2 out of 3. That was early February, and after that, they have never been able to win two games at home on the same weekend. And like I said, the record is 3-12 in their last 5 series at home. And especially in conference. They're 3-6 in conference at home. I don't know what it is about playing in Memphis, but it's not really a home field advantage for them.
Yeah. How many of you think that we can sweep Memphis on the road?
I think we can take 3.
It's all going to depend on the pitching.
It's just, and you never know what you're going to get, man. That's the cliche. But we could sweep Memphis, and we could go down there and lose that series, and our RPI would free fall if we lose that series. So we got to take 2 out of 3.
Yeah, could we sweep Memphis on there? Yeah, I think we can. I don't think we will. I think we'll take 2 out of 3. If we do sweep Memphis, that'd be fantastic. But what we need to take 2 out of 3. And then next weekend against Rice, we need to get the sweep at home. Now, if we sweep Memphis, then hey, awesome. We're 1 minute last week we were talking about, hey, could we work our way into hosting? And I think we needed to win out to do that. So I think that's off the table. But you go from talking about could we work our way into hosting to being a bubble team. It just seems like the margin of error is razor thin for this team. The good thing is because of our strength of schedule, as long as we win more than we lose, our RPI stays pretty good. So as long as we can keep our RPI somewhere in that 30 range, and finish in the top 2, preferably win the conference championship because it looks really good, we'll be in the regionals. But as of right now, we're still a bubble team. We need to handle business. What we can't afford to do is lose any conference series the rest of the way. We got to win these series. If it's 2 out of 3, it's 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have to sweep Rice because losing at home against a team that's quad 4, that's just not, I mean, that's a recipe for an RPI disaster.
Yeah, I mean, you have a chance to bounce back after that. Campbell.
Well, we still don't know about that, but yeah. Campbell's playing really, really, really awful, terrible competition before they play us. So, I mean, they're 62 right now. But man, they could really take a nosedive. I mean, they're playing a series against North Carolina A&T this weekend. They're 284, and there's only 300. There's only like a little over 300 teams. They're 284.
They better sweep them.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. They've already played. They're playing. They're not playing A&T. They're not playing A&T. They're playing. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're playing A&T, and then they have to play Bradley twice. They're 291. And then they play Gardner-Webb 170 in the middle of the 2 Bradley games. It's a very odd situation. They're playing 3 games in Boiling Springs, 1 against Gardner-Webb and 2 against Bradley. And then they have Charlotte was their big game that they had left. But, Charlotte is that's going to be, I mean, they're quad 3 at the best at this point. So, I mean, hopefully they win all those games and they have a good RPI. But if they drop down to a quad 4, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if that game doesn't get played. Last night, there were a ton of games canceled. North Carolina canceled their game with Queens due to weather. But John White, he doesn't live too far from there. And he said he had his sunglasses on. So I don't know. There's a lot of teams doing that.
By the way, Josh Thomas, thank you, Josh, for hosting as we talked about on Sunday, your great tailgate as you always do. He says, we are 30 and the RPI now. Warren Nolan predicts we will finish regular season with 36 wins, Kyle.
He's right. I mean, or they're right. RP Warren Nolan's system is right. I hope it's correct.
Yeah, there you
go. 36 wins, top 30 RPI, we're in good shape. 36 wins would mean we lost how many more games?
Well, we'd have to win some of the tournament. It would mean we.
No. I think he means regular season.
Yeah, he's regular season.
Yeah, but if we only had 36, we'd have to win like 3.
We're 28, 17, and 1. So
we have to win 3.
Okay, to get to 36, we'd have to win 8 out of 10.
Okay, yeah. So we'd be in good shape.
Yep.
If we win a game or 2 in the conference. Or at least win.
No, we don't.
Well, we're not gonna go 2 in barbecue in the conference tournament. If we win 36 games, we're first or second in the regular season. As long as we win a game in the conference tournament, I think we're good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to do something in the conference tournament.
Yeah. John White says the thin ice comment is spot on. You lose 2 at Memphis, it would require us winning the rest of the games. We would have to win 8 straight games. So
you got to handle your business in conference. I mean, we're in good shape as long as we handle our business. I think winning the regular season conference title carries a lot of weight. I think you got 36 wins, you're regular season conference champions. I don't know that it matters much what you do in the tournament. We're not going to go 2 in barbecue.
No.
So as long as you win 1 in the conference tournament, I would think we'd be not only in. I think we'd be a 2 seed.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think, how much of it do you think, too, guys, knowing that you know how basketball and football, even though they're not the same sport and they obviously are different when it comes to selection committee and all that, but how do you feel about, as far as baseball, a lot of teams get picked because of their reputation?
Gilbert's on the committee.
Yeah.
John Gilbert.
Yep. Yeah. Actually,
not Eddie Gilbert. Yeah, John Gilbert. He's on the committee, and so that helps. He'll have to leave the room when they're being discussed, but they still know he's there. So it doesn't matter.
Josh says, if we win out the conference games and UAB wins the series against UTSA, we have the tiebreaker over UAB. Yeah. We finished number 1.
We talked earlier. We talked this past Sunday night that if we had to lose a game this week, the game that we to lose was the state game. So we did that. We accomplished that feat. So now,
not to minimize what John White said, but if we win out, it ain't going to make a damn what UAB or UTSA does, because they're not going to both win out. So if we win out, we're conference champions. I don't care what UAB or UTSA do, because there's no way all of us would win out. So
one of those teams is not going to. 2 teams can't win in the same series.
Yeah, well, they're going to lose some games before then. And, so I don't. If we manage to sweep these last 3 series, we're golden.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, UTSA has not swept a series yet.
We won 23 straight a few years ago, right, Johnny?
20.
Okay.
We talked about there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be nervous on Memorial Day, and we don't want to be one of them.
No.
And I really don't think we will. I think we've got enough cushion. Yeah. I think we're going to be okay. But like Kyle said, and we talk about every time we do this, the margin for error is razor thin. Now it's down to the nitty gritty at this point. We don't have any. We got to do what we got to do, and that's it.
Well, I think also to the guys, I wanted to mention too about we talk about quality at bats, and my concern is I have more. I will say this. I have more, and I don't know how you guys feel, but I have more concern over our quality at bats versus the injuries at pitching. I think pitching, we're a lot better shape than we think, and Weber is supposed to come back by the tournament. We'll see how he plays, how he pitches, who knows, but we'll have him back. But the problem for me is not the pitching. The problem for me right now is the quality at bats and the lack thereof.
But I don't know, Dave. We just came off of a weekend where we batted .407 in 3 games.
Right,
that's pretty quality. NC State, I mean, they were, like I said, every now and then we run into pitchers that we just can't figure out, and they're not even pitchers that have an impressive track record. It just happens with this team for some reason.
We get in our head, and we got in our head against NC State. That's what happened, I think, is Tuesday night when the bases were loaded, and we came away with 2 runs and then 2 straight strikeouts. We were in our head. Zombie. Okay.
You're right, Kyle, because that's exactly what Cliff Godwin, when people were giving him a hard time a couple weeks ago. The bottom line is, when somebody's punching you in your mouth, are you going to fall down or are you going to punch back? And I think that's the one thing for me, is that what he's saying is, look, when everything is going great, this team explodes with runs and yada, yada, yada. But what's going to win a series, what's going to win a tournament, what's going to win a national championship is going to be when you get knocked down and knocked down and knocked
you get back up again.
Yeah, you got to get back up. I mean, what else are you going to – that's the thing, is that it feels like when this team gets like Mike Tyson.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. You take the whiskey drink, you take the vodka drink. You take the songs that remind you of the good time. You take the songs that remind you of the
bad times. Yeah. Tub thumper.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got good ball players. They're all good kids. But who is the leader on this baseball team on the field? Who's the leader? Who is the established leader when it comes down to it on this baseball team this year?
That's a good question.
I
That's
say we
awesome.
don't. I say we don't have one.
That's
I
a
mean, by
calculus.
default, it would be Colby, but I don't think he's that type of guy.
And that, I mean, and again, we got good kids, very talented. They do a lot of things, but we don't have that one leader, that gritty, that pulls things together when things aren't going well. We just don't have that defined leader on this team
But they
this
have
year, and I think
the
that's a problem.
Well, you got
the
Braden Burns.
leadership council.
Yeah, but the thing is for me, Alan's got it really right. I tell you, like, if your last name was Agnos on the team, there's certain players that you remember that with Burley, different ones that you knew that they were extremely.
Hello?
I think Dave was making such a wonderful point that he froze.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
what
why.
about Braden Burris?
Who did you say, Justin?
Braden Burris.
You think Braden should be the
That's
leader?
a good. Hey, I don't disagree with you, Justin. I don't disagree.
Josh says Jack Herring.
I mean, I don't disagree with that either.
I mean, again, I think we've got good players, good guys. I mean, whatever, but I just don't see that one glue guy that we seem to have every year.
Once again, John is spot on, guys. Leadership council is just that. You need a field general, and exactly like he's talking about, leadership council is off the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John, he was talking about who gets this team together when things aren't going well.
That's what he's talking about.
And I think that's what John's saying. We don't. I don't think he thinks that we have that player either. I think I'm reading it that way.
It's like a guy when the blank is hitting the fan.
You need a guy. You need a guy in the dugout. You need a guy that can get the team fired up. That's a vocal leader on the field and in the dugout, not just a leader.
So we would have beat NC State if we had that.
No, but I mean overall,
potentially.
We've been doing okay. It's not like we suck. It's not like we're.
No, we're not saying that.
No. This team seems to get in its own. We were talking about getting in your own head.
Yeah, if you got a leader, if you got a strong leader,
But we don't know what's going on in the clubhouse, do we? I don't want to speak and say that Jack Herring or Braden Burris or Colby Wallace. We don't know what they do.
No, I have no idea. I'm just saying on the field.
So I don't want to. I said Colby Wallace isn't that kind of guy. Just the reason I said that is because he seems to be a very polite young man. Sometimes you have to be a little, less than polite to get things in order.
Let's say it like this. Then there's not an obvious leader. You could pick it out in the past. Maybe we do have great clubhouse leadership from on the team, and we're just not seeing it. But there's not an obvious leader that you can point to that is the captain of the team, that the guys rally around, that is an on the field coach kind of person. Maybe there is that, but we can't point to it and say for sure.
It's like a point guard in basketball.
Right.
Okay. What about last season? Who was it?
Well, we had nobody. That's what we had to do with turning time.
I think it was Dixon Williams. I would say it was Dixon.
Well, Dixon, yeah, good point.
Riley, if he was healthy all season.
John Weiss, I'll give you an example. And when I played, this team has no Tommy Eason, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like a bulldog, like a guy that. Maybe he's Johnny. He could be. Here's what
I know. I'm going to sit this one out because I feel like I don't want to go here. I don't want to go. I don't want to say that we don't have players on this team that are incapable of leading their teammates. So I'll let y'all discuss it. Then I got a little bit more to say about Memphis.
Are you scared Cliff's going to get mad at you?
No, Cliff doesn't listen to this. I respect the players, Kyle. I respect them.
And so do I. I mean, I'm not.
I know you do, Alan. I know you do. But I just don't feel like we know enough to know what's going on in that clubhouse.
It's speculatory. It's speculatory.
It is speculatory.
Based on results.
Based on results, yeah.
That we can say that because, Johnny, we're not saying, let me be very clear, we're not being critical of the guys.
No.
And
I am. That's what. That's
well,
goddamn. Why are we doing a podcast if we're not going to be critical of them?
No,
I mean,
agree.
they're not children.
But this is being critical. No, I said you all can. I don't have any problem with you all doing it. I'm saying I don't feel comfortable suggesting that nobody in there is a leader because I just don't know. I don't know what goes on in there.
Well, I think. Well,
We got some great guys. I know that.
Well, Alan Vick posted as a question. He said, "Who's the leader?"
so,
So I mean,
And again, that's not critical. I was just asking the question. I don't see that now.
That'd be a great question for somebody on the team or Cliff. I don't think the Cliff would. Maybe he would. I don't know.
He wouldn't answer that question.
No,
I don't think
I think if you posed it right, hey, Cliff, who is the on the field leader? Who's the clubhouse leader of this team? I think he would. You better probably ask it after a win, but I think he'd answer it if the question was posed correctly.
That's correct.
But there was no disrespect meant at all.
I know that, Alan, because you would never do that. I wasn't suggesting that either because that is not part of your game plan. I know that for a fact.
No, I'll tell you this. In 2019, I was at that game. It was hot as hell. And we had, what was it, Quinnipiac we lost to? And the first. All right. So that Sunday game at noon, we played NC State. Who got the ball? Alec Burleson. Burleson got the ball and played, they played out of their mind. They basically won the regional, yes, but they were too tired once they even said that. But the chips were down. When the chips were down, who do you give the ball to? You gave the ball to Alec Burleson. He's playing in the majors for a reason because he's damn good and he's clutch. And that's the thing is that you guys made a great point. What happened? They got in there. I feel like agreed 100%. They got in their head. Sometimes you're trying to do things. Kyle's on. I love that song. God bless and rest in peace, Dolores Reardon.
Cranberries are great.
Oh, I love them. See, Kyle, we agree.
Yeah.
Do you have to? Do you have to
let it linger?
That was a great song too. Anyway, but I don't think Wildfire. Does Cliff watch or listen to this show?
No, he does not. But I will say that there is somebody in his group that does. I will say that.
Well, that's great. That's cool. I'm glad to have him. That's wonderful. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And they do say highly great things about the show. I will say that. Nothing bad.
Well, that just proves how intelligent and wonderful they are.
They enjoy it when I sing the Cranberries.
They especially enjoy Kyle and LaGrange, especially.
Well, I mean,
that goes without saying.
Folks with taste generally do.
Who doesn't?
Jeff Comper and Cecil Staten.
That's true. Scotty Montgomery. At times, John Gilbert.
There is a list.
Hey, I'll give you all a short recipe on how Memphis can win or what they like to do to win games.
All right.
First of all, don't commit errors. In their 14 wins since that opening weekend series against Toledo, in their 14 wins, they've committed 4 errors. I mean, that's like 1 error every 4 games almost. And they win when they don't commit errors. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is steal bases. Okay, so everyone's played 18 conference games, obviously. They've been caught 8 times stealing bases. We've been caught 8 times stealing bases. The difference is we have 9 stolen bases. They have 45. So they're running. I'll tell you that right now. They're running. That's part of their game is to get into scoring position because they don't have the bats to do it. So they're doing it by stealing bases. So they're 45-53. We're 9-17. We got to somehow find a way to equalize that. And
you said they're stealing a lot of bases, JR.
Yeah, 45.
The biggest thing is don't give them free passes.
There you go, Kyle. That limits their opportunities. That is an excellent observation right there.
Yeah. What about bunt? Do they bunt a lot as well?
Yeah, don't do what we did to State and walk them more than we strike them out.
Yeah.
That's going to be
yes.
not
Justin had a
good.
question there, Jay. I don't know if you heard it. Do you know if they bunt a lot?
No more or no less than anybody else, according to these stats.
Yeah.
They do have a closer that we should be aware of. His name's Carson Fair, and in his last 10 appearances, he has an ERA of 0.84, and he has 6 saves in his last 10 appearances. I mean, they don't win a lot of games. He's got 6 saves on a team,
Yeah. So when they're up and they bring him in, it's lights out. So don't let him come in with a lead.
There you go again, Kyle. And he actually has 8 saves on the season, but in his last 10 appearances, he has 6 saves and a win.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to ask, this is a just general college baseball related question. I wanted to ask Justin because it's directly related to umpiring. First, preface it with, what do you think of the ABS system in Major League Baseball?
Personally, as an umpire, I don't like it. Personally, I think it's what it's doing is holding a lot more accountability to the umpires. Honestly,
you don't like that. You like being held accountable. I like it as it's being used now. My fear is it's going to become all AI because that
it takes the human element out of it too.
Yeah, the way it's being used now, you get 2 challenges, and you keep them if you get them right. And so I don't mind it now, but if that's so accurate, then the question is going to eventually become, then why don't we just let AI call the whole game? That I don't like. If they leave it like it is, I like it. But I'm scared it's going to lead to more of it. But do you think that'll come to college baseball?
I will tell you, it is being explored by the SEC, the ACC.
Okay, so there you go.
It's in test mode. I think they're waiting to see how it does at the major league level, and 9 times out of 10,
it's going well at the major league level because of how damn fast it is.
Well, see, usually what the NCAA does is it starts in the major leagues do, and it just trickles on down. Now, you won't ever see it at the high school level because the amount of it costs, but you're seeing a lot more.
Are they doing it? Are they doing it in affiliate minor league ball, or do you know?
I do not know. I want to say maybe the Frontier League is trying it.
That would be
not
unaffiliated. Interesting that I hadn't heard that.
Or one of the independent, usually one of those independent leagues like the Frontier leagues, they will be like a testing ground for Major League Baseball rule changes.
Well, you got MLB already doing it, so that makes me wonder if like AAA at least is doing it. But
AAA was the one that actually started it.
Okay, it works well, and it's really fast. Right. That's the biggest thing I like about it. I don't know how many of you guys have watched much Major League Baseball this year, but typically it'll be the catcher or the batter, depending on which way you want that ball or strike call. That'll challenge. Yeah, or every now and then a pitcher, and it literally takes seconds. So that part I like. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm scared it's going to lead to too much more of that.
I agree,
will
Kyle.
say that there's some league that is actually trying the fully automated AI system.
Oh God!
I forgot what league it was, but it was one of them weird leagues, and they tested it out. And pretty much, there's an earpiece in the umpire's head that once that pitch comes in there, it says ball or strike, and then they make the call. Well, I don't see that happening for a while.
Well, in that case, I could be an umpire. So finally, I could be an umpire. That's awesome.
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Exactly, literally.
I did see a pitcher throw a knuckleball, and the catcher dropped it because it had such crazy movement, and it sank like it dropped. And so the umpire, I don't blame him. They called it a ball. But the catcher immediately called for a review, and it was clearly a strike, but it just looked ugly because the pitch was effective.
It happens.
Yeah. And the umpire, I didn't feel like he should, it wasn't a terrible call. It did look like a ball, but it in fact was a strike.
I've seen several calls reversed this year. that were just a hair. I mean, that he could have been called either way. And when you
Point one,
see it,
yeah.
yes, and when you see it, it's literally like you couldn't blame him for making the wrong call because you could have literally called it either way.
I mean, and you got to think about it. You're looking at a general ball game over 9 innings. You're looking at probably 400 pitches a game, and for an umpire to miss 2 or 3 by 0.1 of an inch, I mean, come on,
Yes,
that's the
exactly.
human
That's what I was
element of
about
it.
to
You know what I'm
say,
saying?
Justin. I was about to say, Justin, it really shows me how good Major League Baseball umpires are.
You know, most of the time, you know, and I look at these, you know, they got, you know, the stats on the umpires, you know, on the track man and all that. Most of these guys are 96, 97, 98%. And
Yeah.
if you're 95 to 98% correct over 400 pitches, I'll take that any day. You know, that's just the human element of it. And like I said, these guys are missing 1 or 2 pitches a game.
You know, come playoff time, there's going to be a major playoff game in the MLB playoffs decided by ball or strike by challenge. It's going to decide a ball game. I guarantee it.
Well, we've already seen games being ended by a ball
Oh,
or
I know,
strike
but I'm talking
challenge.
about a playoff game. I'm talking about when
Oh
it's
yeah,
really
that's
going to. Yeah,
definitely gonna happen.
yeah.
Hopefully, I never have to deal with it.
I bet you will. It may take years. I don't think, but I bet you it'll
Well,
trickle its
see
way
now
all the way
they see
down.
what somebody
Ju-
told me the other day, and I'll go ahead.
Justin, did you see the clip? John White shared it on in a group text, and he's a pitcher. So I was like, hey, I don't see a balk there. It was a 21 inning game, and they ended it by calling a balk, which brought the
Oh yeah. I saw that.
and the pitcher didn't even move. To me, I mean, I literally saw no movement anywhere, and
I didn't see no movement, and I sent that to a couple of umpires that I know, and a couple of top D1 guys that I know, Frank Barlow, C. Sanders, some of them guys that have been over to East Carolina. They said they didn't even see it. And to call a balk in a 21 inning ball game to end it like that, that's bullshit, in my
What kind of
opinion.
what level of baseball was
it
College.
was
That was college.
college.
it? Who was
Lower, I
playing?
think it was like lower level division, like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
But
was
the
But
call a balk in
still,
that
and no matter, it
situation is
doesn't matter. I
no.
mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm just curious. What I'm curious about was the quality of the umpires.
it
But
was
would
Somebody's got an echo here. I'm hearing myself after I
Yeah,
talk.
I hear it too.
me too. Hey, Justin, could you
Yeah.
technically call a balk almost? Yeah, that's bothering me. Could you do it?
Hey, everybody mute. Start with Justin, mute yourself for a minute.
Okay, let me try now. Now I hear myself.
Keep talking. It's Justin.
Okay, yeah, he just muted. So I was going to ask Justin, if you went by the book, could you call a balk much more frequently? But I guess they just don't do it because they just picked their time, and that was a terrible time to pick
Well,
your
I will
time.
say this, depending on the level. Now, if you're dealing with the youth leagues, I can call a balk all the time. If I'm dealing with high school, I can call a balk all the time. When you start getting into the Division One, you know, the JUCO level, then that's where you got to call it by the book. And sometimes you just flat out miss it. I'll
But
be
what
honest
is
with
the
you.
book? I'm not even asking you to explain it, Justin, because I wouldn't do that because I know it's so complicated, but I'm
Well,
not sure that
there's 3
anybody.
different books that I deal with. You got the high school rule book, it's got one definition. You got
Jesus.
the OBR, that's got another definition, and then you got the NCAA rule book. It's got another definition. It's just like an obstruction call or a force play slide rule. In high school, you don't have to legally slide, but in the pros, you do. So there's 3 different rules across the book. Now the NCAA rule is probably the most precise on that answer, but there's a lot of misconceptions between the high school rules, the college rules, and the pro rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
That helps, Benny.
Yeah, that's my thing is why can't you just have one rule?
Well, you know, and another thing what people don't realize is, you know, high school ball, JUCO, and lower level single A ball, you have 2 umpires. Now, when you get to, you know, the NCAA Division One level and later on in the playoffs for high school, we use 4 umpires. There are stuff you can't see as an umpire in the 2-man system that you can in the 4, like the 45-degree pickoff move. you can't see that in a 2-man crew.
Right.
What about
Because
two live crew?
if you don't stop off in that 45 degree, that's considered a ball.
Me so horny.
But if you had a guy on first base like in a 4-man system, you can see that step off move.
Okay.
But in a 2-man crew, you can't see that.
Yeah. Put that on the screen. What Josh just said. It's like, yeah, exactly. That is the stupidest crap. Did he make a football move? When you see if a guy made a reception or not, did he make a football move?
Yeah.
What the hell is a football move?
Thank you.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I totally agree.
John says you can find a balk in almost every inning if you dig deep. I told JR and Bubba, usually happens when a coach gets in the air about some obscure rule.
That's true.
See, what he's saying is, I'm not speaking for John, but I'm interpreting what he's saying is,
they get called when you poke the bear.
Yeah, you set it up, you put it out there. Hey,
a 21 inning game probably ended on a balk because somebody was ready to go to the house.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that is probably true. I've been guilty of that sometimes.
Wow.
Oh, Justin, don't say that.
Yeah, there you go. Hire Justin to umpire your games. If they go to extra innings and he's ready to go to the house, he's going to call a balk.
Don't ask Aiden Griffin.
Okay. All right.
Don't ask Aiden Griffin. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, there you go. AG, if you got a state championship you're upset about, there you go.
I was actually supposed to have Aiden Griffin in Farmville Central tonight, but that game got canceled.
I know why.
I heard you were going to umpire it.
That's probably true. Hey, nothing against Corey Skinner over there. Corey Skinner's great coach over there. Love him to death. So if he's listening, there you go.
Bubba says, make a football move, or did he bring it into his body?
Yeah,
that's so stupid. Did he bring it into his body? So which is also stupid. Because guys, if it's in your hand, guys make two-handed catches all the time. They don't.
I know.
Anyway, all right. So, guys, is anything else we need to talk about here? Any other thing baseball related or off topic that we need to get to tonight? There's not a lot going on besides the.
Well, I do have something.
All right, there we go.
Here we go. What do you like? 76. 76 is too many, in my opinion, for an NCAA basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
76.
Yeah, I mean.
All right. Hey, look, we got a chance now. Hey, that makes me feel better about East Carolina ever getting that large. So, you know what? I have
it's
no problem.
men's and women's, though, so, maybe
I don't have a problem with it. Whatever. Who cares?
Opportunity for more money. That's what it boils down to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Bingo.
I don't have a problem with it.
So are they going to start the season, end the season earlier, or are they going to extend the
No.
season?
What they're going to do?
No.
They're going to add.
No. They're just going to.
I got.
They're going to have 52 teams. Yeah, no kidding, Bubba.
Yeah. Then we'll finally get in.
So 52 lucky teams get a bye. The other 24 have to play an opening round game in 2 different cities. So there's going to be 6 games in one city, 6 games in the other city over 2 days.
I don't mind it. I'll tell you.
Then
what
you got
it does.
64.
I'll tell you what. I don't mind it. I'll tell you what it does hurt is the NIT. It's gonna make the NIT even more.
Well, they're going to be
maybe
maybe an IT finally.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Good point, Justin.
Josh.
Good point. Make the turning 152 teams. We still won't get it. You know what? I do. Justin does make me really excited about our opportunity to make the NIT now, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not even joking. We win 18, 19 games next year. We'll be NIT bound.
Yes, sir. March Madness and Minji's, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, we picked up another guy in the portal too, didn't we? Then we pick up another basketball
I have no idea. That would be a better question for JR.
Yeah, only I'm still playing catch up from work, so I haven't even looked at anything.
I'll check right now, Alan.
Yep, that's all right. I think we did grab somebody in the last day or so.
I hope he's a big man, because right now we don't really have a presence.
We ain't got no
paint.
big man. It's a bunch of small.
Guys, wanted to ask you about Brendan Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback that was
Jordan Buchanan is his name. A guard from Pensacola.
Okay. Yeah, that Dave, that's a sad story.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I want to get y'all's feelings on that. He actually checked himself into like a rehab for somebody that's.
What happened? I'm sorry. I'd start over because
the transfer quarterback from Cincinnati that went to Texas Tech, Brandon Sorsby. Dave, go ahead and finish it.
He's got a problem gambling, and he turned himself into to like an addiction, like a facility, so he can, I guess, recover or rehab from gambling. Okay. And this is a guy that was getting, check this out, $5 million a year. $5 million a year. And now he's pretty much, as the person I heard today said, the reporter, that his college career he feels like is cooked. He may still have a shot at the NFL, but I don't know. Just want to get your thoughts on that.
I think it goes to show something I talked about. All the ESPN 30s for 30s that are going to come out 10 years from now. I was a millionaire at 20 and working at McDonald's at 30. You give a kid, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kid, that kind of money. And, a lot of people have addiction problems. It doesn't necessarily have to be a 19-year-old, but you're certainly your brain is still developing at that point. And this kind of money, $5 million, $4 million, however much he was making at Texas Tech. I mean, and he was making money at Cincy before that. There you go. He has a gambling addiction at a young age because of all the money. I guarantee you, back in the old days, he wouldn't have a gambling addiction because he wouldn't have any damn money to gamble with.
The thing is, though, Kyle, I don't even think he got paid much at Cincinnati because he was not even the starting quarterback to start the season.
But he was gambling at Cincinnati.
He was making money.
He didn't have a lot of money at Cincinnati, and then he played so well that he got a huge payday for himself. And now he'll never. I don't know. I don't even know how that works. I'm assuming he won't. I mean, he never played it down for them, so I don't know.
I'm sure the money he's got, but he ain't going to get any more. His pay is dispersed. The payments are dispersed. You don't get it all at once. So he would have been paid what he had been paid, but he won't get the rest of it.
Right.
So it's like, so he got part of that money, and he ain't gonna have to pay it back. But and why is his college career over? I mean, the kid didn't murder anybody. He checked himself in.
Well, here's why. This is
NCAA rule for gambling for players.
Well, I don't know about that as much as I don't know what they're going to do because they're so. Let me use Mike Kyle, the adjective he likes to use, feckless. But they basically for him, not only did he gamble, the kicker for the whole thing is, and I want to get y'all's feelings on this. He gambled on his own team playing.
But did he bet them to cover or did he bet them against covering?
I don't know that part.
Because if he gambled for them to cover, I don't have a problem with it.
That's what Pete Rose did, though.
Yeah,
and I agree with you, Kyle. I agree with you on that.
That just means you're going to be busting your ass even harder.
Yeah.
If he bet for them not to cover,
he said
you don't like that at all.
This is a problem. This is a problem that's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You can't stop it. The horse is out of the barn. You get to bet on who wins a coin toss. Or who's going to catch whatever. You don't think the kids that are participating in these games with the opportunity to bet with money to burn?
If they don't have all that money to burn, they won't be betting so much.
Yeah, this is going to become this is just the first of what I think is going to become something you're going to hear about quite often.
And it was the problem with him. It wasn't like that. He got this big payday at Texas Tech, and all of a sudden he started gambling. He's had a problem for a while.
Well, but here's the thing, though, Dave. And you and JR are saying, what makes a bunch of sense today? Well, it's not much. You take a 18, 19-year-old kid and you give him $100,000. That's a whole hell of a lot of money.
Hell yeah.
You ain't got no bills. I mean, so
it's a lot for a 53-year-old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
No.
So he had $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, whatever he was making sense before he became a millionaire at Texas Tech. He still had plenty of money to play with.
Right. Exactly.
Sorry.
So no financial advisor, no none of that. Like Kyle said, the number of sad stories you're going to be hearing over the next 7, 8, 9, 10 years is going to be astronomical.
Yep, 30 for 30s are lined up for the
ESPN. ESPN's going to be 60 years old and they'll still be doing 30 for 30s.
And you know who still won't take any responsibility for any of this? The NCAA. They'll take no blame for any of this.
Yeah.
And they created this monster, and they're going to wash their hands of these kids. Kids are going to be on their own, and that's going to be the end of it.
Is that what 30 for 30 stood for? Was that for the 30th anniversary?
No, it was supposed to be for the 30th anniversary for ESPN in 2009. There was supposed to be 30 different stories on
and
30
just
different
continued.
Yeah. And the ratings were so good, they just never stopped.
Yeah, they were good.
Now it's 30 for 30. They probably made 200 of those things, if not, close to it. And most of them are excellent. They're very well done.
They did about Broke.
Yep, and that was 15 years ago before all this happened. Yeah,
Antoine Walker, who made do you remember that? He made something like $120 million in his time in the NBA, and by the time he was all done, he was $4 million in the hole. And get this. So you say, well, how in the world can a guy making $120 million be broke? Well, he spends
$121 million.
Uncle Sam, first of all.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
takes
but
half of it immediately.
Yeah, but if you lose that kind of so let's say Uncle Sam took 50 million of his 120 million. He still had 70 million cash money. He's an idiot.
Well, I can tell you how it happens. You got mom. You want to take care of mom and dad, brother and sister. You got all the family members, all the hangers on, all the cousins that come out of the woodwork. And then let's just be honest. If you have 6 children with 7 different women, you got to pay that child support. So that money, for a lot of different reasons, is gone.
Well, the first thing I do if I'm a multimillionaire is since I got all this money and I can pretty much have any woman I want because once you got all that money, you can. I'm paying for these ladies to get their tubes tied. We ain't got to worry about
that. That's the prerequisite. If you want some Kyle, you got to get your tubes tied.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. If I'm a multimillionaire,
here, sign this, please.
Yeah.
That's not that's the tubes tied prenup.
I don't. Yeah, if I ever become a multimillionaire, Jesus Christ, somebody just got a text or a notification of some kind.
What?
Yeah, it seems funny that you could lose $50 million, but if you stop and really dig in and do the math, and it's not hard to do. I mean, it's really.
I love this. I got to put this up there. I'm sorry. Tonight on 30 for 30, what if I were to tell you 2 fat guys from different states will become best friends because a girl asked a question about phone sex in a Yahoo chat room?
It's true. It's true. It is very true. That is indeed how me and James met way back in the 2005.
Wow.
That is very true.
Or pre-30 for 30.
That is a story that I'm not going to tell on the air, but it's not nearly as scandalous as it sounds.
Okay, I didn't think it was, but the fact is that you were spot on, Alan. He bought a house. On my Antoine Walker, I'm going to just tell this real quick. He bought a house for his mom. We would all do that. He had something like 12 cars. I don't need that many cars, but I can say okay. But the kicker was he had not 1, not 5, not 10. He was keeping up 73 people. 73 people, something like that. And guess what? When he was $4 million in the hole, where are those people now?
I don't got 73 people I give a damn about.
Who are we talking about,
Not
Dave? I
enough.
apologize. I had to take a quick phone call.
Antoine Walker. He.
Oh, right. From Kentucky.
Yeah, it was like I think it was one of the early 30 for 30s. It's really good if y'all have a chance to see it. I think it's called Broke or something like that. But he went from making 120 million to he's 4 million in the hole, or he was.
You remember that song the Kentucky Headhunters did about him?
Antoine Walker?
Yeah, let's all go down to Antoine Walker's.
Slaw burger fries and a bottle of ski.
And a bottle of ski for years. I thought they were using a slang term for whiskey. And a bottle of ski. No, ski is a soda in Kentucky.
I did not know that. Wow.
S-K-I, ski. Yep.
All right, Mr. 90s Country. Here we go. Third single off, Picking on Nashville. Third single right now. What was it?
Third single?
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I don't know the orders of the singles, but I'm gonna take a stab at it.
All right.
Old Lonesome Me.
Yep. That was on the next album, Rock and Roll Angel.
No, Old Lonesome Me was on Picking on Nashville.
Are you sure? I thought Old Lonesome Me was on the second album.
Electric Barnyard? No, it was on Picking on Nashville.
Okay.
Good job, guys. This is a teaser for our big contest coming up.
Electric Barnyard, the only song that was close to being a hit off of that was Davy Crockett.
Yep. I remember that.
I
remember that. But Rock and Roll Angel, which was my favorite Kentucky Headhunters song, by the way.
Yeah, so basically, you guys, and this is the way that we can a nice tease or segue. But I'm going to tell you something right now. That 90s country.
My favorite Kentucky Headhunter song. Well, sorry, Dave. God almighty. Maybe Skip a Rope.
Yeah, what was the offshoot band of the Kentucky Headhunters? Do you know that?
Brother Phelps.
Brother Phelps, yep.
But I think Skip a Rope would probably be my favorite.
What, the old Henson Cargill song?
Yeah, they remade it, yep.
Okay.
It's also off of Picking on Nashville.
All right, so we have the 90s country challenge between Kyle and Alan coming up this summer.
He's going to slaughter me, by the way.
I don't know. I think you're saying that like it's like you need to quit saying that.
I think he's saying that on purpose. I think it's.
I do too.
Downplaying. So when he kicks your butt, no, I'm kidding. I think both of y'all are. I know y'all very well.
We're gonna have to keep it to like 5 seconds per song, or we're gonna get copyrighted. That's another thing I thought about today. So it'll be up on YouTube, but not on Facebook.
Yeah, if you go 5 or 6 seconds, you'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I say that the country that.
Oh, by the way, Dave. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. But we're gonna talk country music. We are being very, very remiss here, not to mention the passing of David Allen Coe. Yeah, there we go. By the way, R.I.P. David Allen Coe. He passed away yesterday. Favorite David Allen Coe song?
The Ride.
She used to love me a lot.
Take
Willie Whalen
and
Me.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too.
Take this job and shove it.
You know, a lot of people don't realize what a great songwriter he was. He was the first guy to do Tennessee Whiskey.
Yes, he was.
As an artist.
He wrote
and he wrote Would You Lay With Me in a Field of Stone? Tanya Tucker cut. You know, for all that weird stuff that he did and all the
which I really wish he'd have never done. I think it tarnishes his legacy.
Yeah, but he was a good.
Nothing sacred.
He had a good voice too.
Yeah, but you know, making songs that repeatedly say the N-word. You know, I'm not talking about. If that ain't country, I can kiss your ass. Where the N-word actually fits in the song.
No.
But when he made some of those other songs and
hating me.
Some type of stings on the pillow, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then the one about having sex with his daughter. I mean,
you don't have to call me darling. You never even call me by my name.
Yeah, well, that's
a great song.
Yeah, that was written by a guy named Steve Goodman.
Yeah, who also wrote "Go Cubs Go."
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But David
he also
Allen
performed "Go Cubs Go."
David Allen Coe deserved. If you only know the Ryan and Take This Job and Shove It, you need to dig deeper.
You never even call me by my name.
You need to dig deeper because he did some really good stuff.
Long hair redneck.
Yeah.
Oh, this long hair just can't cover up my redneck.
Jack Daniels, if you please.
Yeah. How about
Jack Daniels, if you please.
He did a good song in '83 called "Cheap Thrills."
Knock me to my knees.
I like Mona Lisa Lost Her Smile.
That was the biggest. That was the biggest commercial hit he ever had. Was Mona
Really?
Lisa.
Really? Even bigger than She Never Called Me by My
As
Name?
far as the charts go, yes.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Mona Lisa got to number 2 and stayed there, I think, for 2 or 3 weeks.
Interesting.
I didn't know it. Wow. I've always liked it, but I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah, it stalled at number 2. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
in that 1983 to 85 time frame, he really made some really good records.
Divers, Do It Deeper.
Yeah, that was early Co, but yeah, that was.
Kyle and I were supposed to go see him in 2019 at the State Theater, and
It never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and you never know what you were going to get with him either. I saw him 3 times. Twice he was really, really good. The other time he was not.
Well, I will tell you this. I have to go by, his name was Doc, and he owned the Ratskeller, for those of you back in the day in the 70s, and he told me some great stories. One of them, he swears, this was from, notice I said, this was from Doc, God rest his soul. He told me that David Allen Coe played at the Attic one time, and maybe we can ask Joe Toronto, but he played at the Attic one time, and apparently they had him, he was on a cross. I don't know if that's true or not. I was like, wow, I'm very.
So for like part of his show, he was crucified
or something. Yeah, that's how he maybe started off the show, but I don't know. I wasn't there, so
I can see him doing that for part of a show.
Yeah, I saw him at the Attic, and there was none of that when I saw him. But
this was I think this was probably 70s David Allen Coe.
Okay, and that was when Nothing Sacred was out, so that would go with that album. And some of his songs on there were, Kyle, a little less offensive, like Linda Lovelace.
Yeah. David Allen Coe was also a tremendous liar. Like, claims he was in prison for 20 years and claimed he killed a guy in prison, and he was a tremendous liar back before things could be verified.
There is a YouTube documentary that was done in the 70s on him that you can find, and that him killing a guy in prison has been disproven.
Yes,
many times.
Well, he wasn't in prison for 20 years either.
No, he wasn't.
And whether he had 6 wives or not at the same time, who knows? That one I could believe, but you can do a lot of things when you got money.
And that is his son, by the way, that does the Rhinestones and Cocaine podcast.
Okay,
and that was David Allen Coe's son that did that.
It is a really good podcast, by the way. I like it a lot. But anyway, he like The Ride. I mean, that song is just like.
That's a great song.
There's so many great songs. We're just talking about like just thinking about what it takes to make it in Nashville. And if you've been to Nashville, and Al and I have been in country radio, so we know like.
What it takes to make it in Nashville now is to be on one of the 4 major labels and be a complete sellout and just be able to do whatever anybody tells you to do and have no originality. Yep. And you can make it in country music on one of the 4 major labels. Now, if you don't want to make it in Nashville, you just want to make it in country music, that's a completely different story. But unfortunately, now in Nashville, ugh.
And there's only a few legends actually left. I mean, there's a lot. Bobby Bear's still alive. Gene Watson's still alive.
I mean, it depends on what you classify as a legend. I mean, I look at Alan Jackson and George Strait as legends.
But they are. But I'm talking that generation back, like the Bobby Bear.
Hank Jr. still alive. Good call, Justin.
Who did he say?
He's a Hank Jr.
Yep, Hank Jr. Yep. I mean, he'll probably live to be
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, Willie, man. Willie is what?
All right. Now, it's funny you mentioned Willie Nelson. All right. So, I was thinking today, JR, do you do a Willie Nelson impersonation?
I do a terrible one. I'm not going to
I hear
put it
your
on
voice.
display here.
I think you would be able to do Willie Nelson really well.
Yeah.
I really do. There's something about your voice. Let me hear you sing a little bit of Pretty Paper.
No, not tonight, Kyle.
Maybe come on, man.
Hey,
I'd have to smoke some
Jack Daniels if you
wacky weed too.
Wrap your presents to your darling. Use glue.
I like Willie though.
Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Come on, JR.
Kermit the Frog.
Not tonight, Kyle.
Kermit the Frog.
I'll work on it.
Neil Young sounds like Kermit the Frog.
I think Dave was saying I sounded like Kermit the Frog.
Alan, have you heard Bobby Bear Jr.? I'm just curious if you've heard any of his stuff.
I have.
Okay,
I like some of his stuff. Yeah,
I do.
I was listening to The Winner today.
Yeah. Boy, that's a great song. That's a Shel Silverstein classic for sure.
I thought it was Bobby Bear.
No, I think Shel wrote The Winner, didn't he?
Yeah, but Bobby Bear performed it, right?
Yeah, he did. It was a hit for Bobby in 74 or 5.
Yeah, I have no idea who wrote it.
I think it was Shel Silverstein that wrote it. Yeah,
Great
he did
song.
a lot of the whole Lullabies, Legends, and Lies album was Shel Silverstein songs.
Okay.
Marie Laveau.
And Shell wrote A Boy Named Sue.
Shel wrote A Boy Named Sue.
How
do you do?
Now
if you ever I can't think of his name now. Kyle would like him. He does a song called "A Sue Named Boy." Very good.
Well, I'll tell you, Kyle, you're talking about an artist who they changed their style, and I'll tell you one, and I actually like him.
Who was I talking about? They changed their style.
No, you won't talk about anyone, but you made me think of the one thing the record company label did. I totally disagree with. I don't think it hurt his image at all, but I wasn't laughing. I was laughing at James.
I love you, boy.
I love you, boy.
There you go, James.
Eric Church was already an outlaw. Eric Church was already a badass. And then, so what did they do?
Yeah. Eric Church. I look, when Eric Church first broke, I liked Eric Church a lot.
Me too.
And then Eric Church became a complete sellout. And then he showed what kind of human being he really is, being from Caldwell County and an App State alum, and gives all his money to the Tar Heels. So I don't really have much respect for Eric Church anymore, which is a shame, because at one time, as far as people on major labels, I liked him. Now, was he ever an outlaw? No. But he was a good artist. When Smoke a Little Smoke came out, it was one of the best commercially released country songs I'd heard in years.
What I was saying, my point is that you don't have to, when somebody is already a certain way, you don't have to put some sunglasses on him and like, oh yeah, he's this or that, a party animal, when he was already that. Like, you didn't have to change his style because he was already that.
Now Eric Church claims he wears the sunglasses because the lights bother his eyes, but sunglasses don't bother me. Eric Church's music has gone downhill. He became too big for himself. And then I don't like the whole. You're not going to find too many people on modern major labels that I'm fond of. So I love my independent stuff.
But that's one example where you and I vehemently agree is on that's an example.
Well, I'll give you a better example of changing somebody for the worst, even though it was great for his career. But musically, when he first came out, his first album sounded like 90s country. And then he went to complete garbage, and that is Mr. Luke Bryan. When you go back to Luke Bryan's first album and you hear songs like All My Friends Say and songs like We Rode Trucks, it is straight 90s country. And then he just started putting out complete and utter Nashville garbage.
Oh, come on, Kyle. You mean you don't like Shake It For Me, Girl?
I do not. I
don't like. I'd like to beat him to death with a Conway 28 track. God, I mean, can you again? I have no problem with the fun songs and the party songs at all.
Yeah, it's like All My Friends Say. It's a fun song.
He started shooting doubles when she walked in.
And he went to crap. And you take somebody who I'm not. Another guy my wife likes and I'm not a huge fan of is Luke Combs, and these guys have, now that I've made it big, I must re-record Fast Car. And let me ask you guys a question. Fast Car, great song. Why in the hell didn't change? Why is he saying he's a bag girl at the store? Working as a bag girl, or what the hell the line is? At
the grocery store.
Yeah. Why didn't he change it to bag boy?
Well,
I'm glad that he brought Tracy Chapman back into the limelight. But other than that, I hate that.
Yeah,
what about Alan? Have you heard of Elizabeth Williams? I think it's Hank's daughter. That
I've heard a little bit of her stuff. I don't
she
know
does Waiting on June, and she does it. It's clearly from a male perspective.
No, he's not. He's not even closest to. If you mean on mainstream country radio, go back up to Josh's comment. If you go to mainstream country radio, the closest to 90s country on mainstream country radio, let me give you that caveat of mainstream country radio. Help me out, Alan. I'm having a blank on his name right now.
What does he sing?
I'm having a blank on everything. You guys are gonna have to help me out.
Wallen.
No, really 90s sound, Alan. Alan should know who I'm talking about.
I
don't know whether.
I mean, distinctly 90s sound. I mean, he literally almost is a 90s parody artist.
Zach Top.
Zach Top, thank you.
Yeah.
Zach Top is by far the most 90s sounding country artist on modern country radio. But Josh, if you want, I mean, I don't know. I think Josh, is that Josh Thomas? Yeah. So I know Josh is familiar with Cody Jinks. We've talked about it. There's so much better country out there than what's on country radio.
Yep. I hear one more song about a cooler or the moon or whatever.
Yeah.
Enough.
John Anderson's great.
Yeah. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I saw John Anderson in Winston-Salem a couple years ago, and with Kentucky Headhunters, actually.
Oh my God!
But John Anderson's great.
Best comeback record of all time after he'd had a lull.
Yeah,
Straight Tequila Night's one of the best comeback records ever.
James knows how much I hate Florida Georgia Line. He's messing with me. Yeah, Straight Tequila Night. Yes, when he hit that 91, John Anderson, huge comeback. I mean, his career was kind of dead in the water, and then he had that run in the 90s with Straight Tequila Night and Money in the Bank and I Fell in the Water, Seminole Wind. Yeah, Seminole Wind is fantastic.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I saw him at Roanoke Rapids Theater, probably one of the first shows they ever had, and he was one that I really, not only was he very good, I had good seats, but also the fact that he was bragging about. He said, "You guys don't know what a great venue you have." And he just he talked for a minute or two about how important it was.
I think I like those folks. Those are nice folks. So I'll help them out a little. We can help them out a little bit, even though they don't pay us anything. Josh, I'm glad to hear that, my friend. But we'll help Roanoke Rapids and Weldon Mills Theater and our friends up at Carolina Crossroads. Trace Atkins is going to be at Weldon Mills Theater in August, amongst a million other shows. But that one was announced here recently. And then in June, they got a big outdoor concert. If you do like modern country radio crap, he ain't so bad. He's somebody I'd go see, but I don't hate him. Cole Swindell. Yeah, and what I do like about Cole Swindell is he loves his Georgia Southern Eagles, and he wears his Georgia Southern gear with pride, unlike Mr. Eric Church with App State. So I will say, Cole Swindell, props to you for being loyal to your Georgia Southern Eagles. But so if you
is a App State grad that's still an App State guy.
Yeah, but he won't give the NIL.
There's a new YouTube video that's just been released with Keith Stegall and Roger Murrah, who wrote so many things with Alan Jackson, Georgia Strait, Alabama, and others. If you get a chance, check that out. It's fascinating to watch the men. Think about the number of hit songs they wrote.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Oh my gosh. And
Bellamy Brothers are also coming to Weldon Mills Theater. That is one that I saw them last year in Liberty at a sold out show.
Yep, they still sound good too.
They still sound exactly the freaking same. And they played when I saw them in Liberty at Showcase Theater this past September. It was on an off Saturday this past September. I think it was the week of the Army. The Army game. They played
from Let Your Love Flow.
Your Love Flow to for some reason we're not doing trivia tonight.
Ain't just whistling Dixie.
Ain't just whistling Dixie.
Yeah.
to rip off the knob and beat on the dash.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was really the last major radio hit they had.
Yep. And so I mean, they played it all, and they're going to be in Roanoke Rapids, and I'm going to take my dad. I'm not in a rush to buy tickets because I ain't going to sell out. That's a lot bigger venue than the venue in Liberty I saw them at, but I'm planning on taking my dad, who turned me on to the Bellamy Brothers when I was a kid.
And David Bellamy got famous writing a big hit song called What for Who?
I have no idea.
David Bellamy wrote Spiders and Snakes for Jim Stafford.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If it ain't 90s country or older, I'm going to beat me on it, or newer, rather.
All right, Johnny, you got a drink. Because James says he loves Ward Davis, a great country musician.
Hey, I turned James on to Ward Davis, and he's a huge fan. By the way, Ward's going to be in Wilmington the day of the Charlotte game. I'm hoping timing works out for that. JR, you should come with me to that if timing works out. Well, I may be in Charlotte. I may go to the Charlotte game. If I don't go to the Charlotte game, I'm gonna see if I can make it and see Ward Davis.
Wildfire, you're taking me on the truck that game, right? That's the game we worked out? Wildfire.
Wildfire's checked out.
Best Bellamy Brothers song. It was a top 10 hit, but not a mega hit. Rebels Without a Clue.
That is correct, Dave. I got you.
You got me? Okay.
I thought he was saying that was correct. Rebels Without a Clue.
I was going to say thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
But no, James mentions Ward Davis. See, James hears me mention Ward Davis instead of mocking me.
Now, hold on. I got to take a double. Hold on.
He has become a huge fan.
He's got to take another drink.
And I can tell you, and I'll just keep saying his name. You can keep drinking. And I can tell you, James's favorite Ward Davis song is "Black Cats and Crows."
How much do you love Ward Davis go?
Not as much as I love Cody Jinks.
Not to mention, the Pirates are going to Memphis. Hopefully there's a little Beale Street at some point, or
got to play
Graceland or somewhere.
Walking Memphis is a good song. I like that song.
Mark Kahn, who was discovered by who, Dave? Carly Simon.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yep. Kennedy's.
By the way, when Lone Star remade Walking in Memphis, what a horrible remake.
Yep, terrible. Mark Kahn, he had another song called True Companion that was very, very good. That was a minor hit, but he was really, really good. What was the guy's name, Dave? Joshua Caddison?
Yeah.
That did Jesse.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we Wildfire, are you going to BB King's? Are you going to see Jerry Lawler? What are you doing?
No clue yet, Dave. That's a good question.
I have another good question,
I
Justin.
know one thing I will be getting some Porky's barbecue and some Hattie B's and some Gus's fried chicken. And
Irving.
What about the rendezvous? Are you going to go to Charles Vargas's rendezvous?
No, you stay away from rendezvous. Stay away from rendezvous. I worked in Memphis for quite a while. Stay away from rendezvous.
Okay.
You worked in Memphis?
We actually had a terminal in Memphis. That is correct.
Oh, that's right. You're Wildfire. I forgot about that. You were under the ring. Yeah,
that's right.
That is correct. And look, in other news, real quick, I just happened to see this, guys. The lacrosse team is up 4-3 over James Madison.
They punched their ticket. That's great. They punched their ticket.
And look, they're playing at Vanderbilt, and they got the American logos on Vanderbilt's field. That's kind of funny.
So the winner of that goes to the championship game, and then the winner of that goes to the NCAA tournament.
That is correct.
Yes,
for
sir.
a lacrosse program that's only been in existence less than 10 years.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff Comfer.
Yeah.
Boy. Oh, boy.
I've got a lacrosse story and a story about a particular individual that we talk about occasionally on the show that I'll save for another time.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I know.
Hey, Justin, I was going to ask you, did you get a new rig?
We are still in the process of getting that done.
Justin, what is your favorite trucker song?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I hadn't thought about that.
Jason Aldean, Asphalt Cowboy.
Oh God, you're canceled, Justin. You're canceled.
And then probably 18-wheelers roll on Alabama.
Good song.
Okay, there you go.
He redeemed himself.
He did.
You've never heard Convoy, probably. Was that B.J. McCall,
yeah.
Alan?
He's had to have heard
CW
Convoy.
McCall.
You've heard Convoy, right?
Yeah.
How about
I gotta go. My favorite trucking song is probably "Driving My Life Away."
That's a great song. That's one of those I've heard.
Yeah.
Maybe two, but it is a great song. It's a great song.
Check out 18 Wheels of Love, Justin.
Okay.
It's
I got
good.
one. I got
18 Wheels and a dozen roses.
That's a great song.
I was waiting for that. Yeah. What about
so many great trucking songs? Like,
hey, Alan, there was a.
I got a couple now, but go ahead, Dave.
There was a compilation. I think it might have been. I'm really reaching here, but I think it was. Do you remember Heartland Music?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They had some kind of. I always wanted it, but I never. Thank you, Josh. 6 Days on the Road. I love that.
And I'm going. What's your favorite version of 6 Days
Not
on the
the
Road?
Sawyer Brown version, but the Dave Dudley version.
My favorite version is neither one. It would be the Steve Earle version.
Yeah, Steve Earle did it from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep.
Yeah, but there was a compilation of trucker songs on Heartland Music. I think it was back in the. I want to say it was late 80s, early 90s. And it was one of those things where I liked the song, but it was just too corny, too cheesy. I'm like,
if you want a compilation of trucker songs, and I'm going to recommend this to Justin. If you've never heard this, and been in the trucking business, maybe you have. Do you know who Red Sovine is?
Yeah.
I'm asking Justin.
Oh.
No.
All right.
You have to.
just download every song by Red Sovine.
Okay.
It's
Teddy Bear, right?
Teddy Bear, Teddy Bear 2.
Hey, do you know there was an answer song to Teddy Bear that was done by a woman named Diana Williams? It was called Teddy Bear's Last Ride.
And then, but he did another sequel to Teddy Bear. And then
he did Phantom 309. Little
Rosa. Phantom 309. Yep, that's right.
It was all that stuff. Yeah, and he learned how to he learned how to cry in a song. And when he would start crying, that meant,
he is so lame. I'm sorry. It's endearing, but he's lame.
Red Sovine was a pretty decent, straightforward country singer before Teddy Bear and all that recitation.
And cheesy shit.
Yeah.
So one of the funniest things you'll ever hear is Hank Hill, King of the Hill. So what's the damn dude that created King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead? I can't think of his name right now. Mike Judge performs Teddy Bear as Hank Hill. I'll send it to you, Alan, if you've never heard
it. Teddy Bear is one of those songs I'd rather gouge my eyes out with.
It is hysterical. It is hysterical. And Hank goes, you best believe I took my turn at riding Teddy Bear.
Justin, Red Sovine is one of those artists that is so bad that it's good. It's like
it's cheesy and endearing at the same time, but most of his songs are about trucking, and it's just.
And he had a heart attack driving a car in 1980 and died.
I feel, Josh, you're right.
Now, loaded up.
You're right. Hey, every time I'm heading from Virginia to Greenville, I play that at least once, sometimes twice.
Yep.
There you go.
Gets me fired up going down 95.
Jerry was a monster. A little bit of something else going on with the truck this year, guys. Something we are looking at doing. We are looking at doing a 24-hour live stream of the truck.
Interesting.
This year. If we can figure out how to do it,
24-hour live stream. So even when y'all stop and pick up lot lizards, you're just going to keep going live.
That is correct.
All right.
Hey,
correct. Just for
look,
you.
if I'm riding with you, we're picking up a lot lizard.
Hey, the premium. We're gonna pay premium burger.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
But no, if we could do that, we obviously we got a Twitter page and a Facebook account and all that, and probably stream it through YouTube as well. But that's something that we're looking at doing if at all possible. Don't know how much that would cost or whatnot, but I see a lot of these NASCAR haulers doing it, and so that's something we're looking at doing.
Yeah, hey, Justin, how many drivers do you have? I know you have Speedy from Shine. Who else do you have?
We got Speedy, and then the last year we have managed to do it with just Speedy. But you got some of them UTSA. Obviously, we had to have two. But most of the places we go in conference, we can do with one.
Okay.
But most of the time, we put two on just to give that insurance. that he'll get there within the lot. But most of the time, we're giving plenty of time to get there. They're getting a lot better at getting us out earlier.
Justin, I got an idea for the truck. Could you possibly get it to transform like Optimus Prime, but into a
Oh man,
giant Petey the Pirate? That'd be pretty.
I wish we could.
That'd be pretty
But
cool.
there's some stuff that some stuff I can't quite say yet that we're working on that I think Pirate fans will like this coming up year.
I want to know when the hell we're going to get it. Me and Richard Osbrook wants to know when we're going to get a 18-wheeler hauler diecast. I mean, if ECU won't release them commercially, can y'all get some specially made just for
that would be cool.
friends and neighbors? You know, like me and Richard Osbrook.
I will tell you, Kyle, we have looked into it a couple years ago when we had the original Queen's Anne. We got a limited number of diecast made. We actually got permission to do a limited number. So there was probably 25 actually made.
Okay.
It is quite expensive. The trucks are actually quite hard to come by.
All right. Well, me and
If
Richard
you get
want
them from
one each.
if you buy them directly from Frontliner, they're $50 to $75 a pot.
That's all right. You get a couple more made. Well,
Hey.
could you do some more if you got pre-orders? Could you take pre-orders?
We would have to ask the whoever's
Athletic
in charge
department.
of the licensing and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I mean,
I
if
forgot
it's for,
what he used
if
to
it's
be.
for Richard Osbrook and Kyle from LaGrange, it'd be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might be able.
In fact,
to
let's
swing.
just say it's for Richard Osbrook. Let's just leave my name out of it altogether.
I'll just call. Hey,
Yeah.
I'll call.
Richard Allsworth wants two.
He wants two. Exactly.
I'll call Jeff Comber and get his back. How about that?
When did Richard mention this? Tonight?
I know Jeff Comber got one. Scotty
Richard,
Montgomery got one.
A little fun fact, JR, that people may not know. So as Alan Vick was making fun of somebody that they thought from a screenshot collected diecast, and it was me. I am members of several diecast groups on Facebook, and I noticed this feller named Richard Allsbrook posted one, and I was like, what the hell? So I messaged him, and Richard, you think I collect diecasts? Oh, no, contraire move for air. Richard is a big time diecast collector. He puts big money into it. And he would love to have one of those haulers.
Hey, hold on, Kyle. Could I go on there? Hold on. Could I go on there to get rid of diecast for NASCAR?
Not a lot of NASCAR collectors in that particular group. You can try. It's called North Carolina Rogue Diecast. I'll send you a link, or I'll just invite you. I'll invite you, and you can see if there's any interest in your NASCAR collection. But most folks up there collect non-NASCAR diecasts. But I'll send you a link to the group.
Okay. And Richard Allsbrook loves to play music trivia with me riding down the road to a D.H. Conley football game.
Nice.
That's his thing. He may be the nicest human being ever.
Is anybody not like Richard? I mean, it's like
he's just a super guy.
Even people he arrested likes him.
Here's the thing: you could say the same thing about Alan.
Yeah,
I
could name you a couple people that may not like me too much.
Richard was a police officer, so maybe there's some people that were on the
people
wrong.
that arrested him, even people that he arrested like him.
Just a super fella. Just a super fella.
All your ex-wives hate you, Alan.
Oh, none of them.
I didn't realize Richard was as old as he was. I thought Richard was younger than he is. That shocked me when I'm like.
Yeah, Richard's a little bit older than I am.
Yeah,
I think
83.
We're about the same age. So
he's 61.
No, he's a couple years older than me. Then I didn't realize he was older. But you won't find a better human being.
I agree.
So that makes him great.
Yeah, and he's got a beautiful wife. Monica's super.
Yep.
They're just good folks, man.
Some good-looking dogs too.
Yeah, Richard is. I love going up the stairs to the baseball games, going to the press box, and I know I'm going to see Richard on my left as I'm walking up the stairs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Richard did not want his name given out. As soon as I said it, I got kicked off his age given out. As soon as I said his age, 61, I got kicked out.
Yeah.
How about that?
He's a man.
He graduated in 83 and I graduated in 91. That's how I know his age.
I know. I know because he told me.
He's the PA guy for the D.H. Connolly Vikings. He's also done some PA for softball, I believe.
Yeah, and one time, Alan, I listened to D.H. Connolly football a few years ago, and you were doing it with him, and you were very good.
Well, thank you.
You two make a great team.
Yeah, Richard fills in occasionally as my color guy, and I really enjoy having him.
I told him about this. Just turns into the Richard Osbert Praise podcast, but
hello, Richard.
I told him about a diecast I was looking for, and he has actively been looking for that particular truck for me. So he's that kind of guy. And I've returned the favor with the car he's looking for, but he's probably already found that by now and hadn't told me because what I want's a little bit more obscure than the car he was looking for. But anyway,
you guys remember I have an idea. You remember the guy? Well, now God rest his soul, or Walter Williams. But you remember when they had those trade Wilco trucks?
Oh yeah.
Wilco Hess. Wilco Hess trucks.
Well, Wilco Hess.
It's called the Hess truck. The Hess truck's here.
If we could get them in like now it would be 7-Eleven. That would be like in Eastern North Carolina. That would be cool. And all the money goes to NIL. What do you think?
Are you talking about like the East Carolina haulers? That'd be great. Yeah, if you could get if they could release them commercially, like the university.
Yeah,
I think they would sell pretty well.
I'm not even a collector, and I would buy one because of East Carolina.
If some schools do release them, I'd love to have just a massive collection of college haulers, but I can't buy any until East Carolina puts out one. I'm not going to have like a Michigan one and a Penn State one and an Ole Miss one and not have an East Carolina one. So I can't buy college haulers that are out there until ECU releases one. So, ECU get on it, or Justin and the trucking boys there. Y'all need to really. I'm telling you, y'all could make money on those. You could take pre-orders if ECU would allow it.
We've had a bunch of requests for that, Kyle. We have, and like I said, I mean, we pitched the idea, but it's all up to East Carolina.
If they don't want to do it get with a diecast company. Get with M2 or Johnny Lightning.
They need the licensing agreement.
Yeah, we have had that. The last quote we got was over $125, $150 for it to be done.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you can get it done cheaper than that if it was done on a large scale.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and also were you talking 124 scale?
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a 164 scale hauler.
That's true too.
And that would be pretty damn cool. I'd be perfectly happy with that. And that'd be a lot.
I forgot. It might have been a 164 scale we did the last ones in.
We'll say 164 scale would be, if you don't know if you know diecast sizes, 164 scale would be the size of a Hot Wheel. And then 124 scale is your typical, like when you think of a big NASCAR diecast car. There's 1/18 scale also. There's 136 scale, but your most common is 124 and 164.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It hasn't been that many years ago how popular that stuff became.
NASCAR diecast is kind of dead, but Hot Wheels. Well, Justin, your audio is horrible right now. Hot Wheels and Matchboxes diecast. People that don't collect diecast don't think of Hot Wheels and Matchbox as being diecast. That's what it is. So people have been collecting Hot Wheels for years, and it's just become more and more popular. And through that, despite the die out of NASCAR diecast popularity, there's companies like M2, Johnny Lightning. God, I don't know why I don't know why I can't think of other diecast companies right now. Hot Wheels, obviously, and people just collect the hell out of it. And
do they still do Matchbox?
Matchbox is still around. It's owned by Hot Wheels, so they're Mattel owns them both.
Okay.
It's amazing how much money 90s and early 2000s NASCAR drivers made off of diecast. They made
at the souvenir trailers.
Yeah.
But
Steve Hardy had a store for a while. The collectible cards and diecast.
Yeah,
for 4 years.
My brand of diecast, I love a company called M2 Machines. That's what I collect primarily. But Hot Wheels, Johnny Lightning. I'm stuck now trying to think of other diecast brands. My brain's not working. Screw it.
Corgi, back in the day, Corgi.
Ravel obviously is a big one.
Kyle, have you ever heard of Corgi?
No.
Okay, it was a British one.
Well, there's my brain right now. I'm stuck. There's two brands that are very popular. Jada's another popular brand. Oh my God, I'm sitting here and it's bothering me. And Green Light, that's the company I'm trying to think of. Green Light makes great stuff. In fact, after M2, they're my second favorite company. Green Light makes some really cool stuff.
By the way, guys, I put in there in the chat, EastCarolinaCollectibles.com. Kyle, we need to go there sometime. It's in Robertsonville, but they have a lot of cool stuff there.
I've heard about that place. I've wanted to go. I haven't
I messaged them one time because they mentioned they had a bunch of old PWIs, Pro Wrestling Illustrateds, and then I never went to see what they had. But I that would have been something that I'm sure they've sold by now. This has been a couple years ago, but having a bunch of Pro Wrestling Illustrateds from the '80s interested me, but then I never went and followed up on it.
Let me break your heart. I had a bunch, and they got thrown away.
Oh,
so did I, Alan, and they got thrown away when I was a kid.
I had to get a pack of Sweet Tarts and a wrestling magazine when I was young. If I ever went to the store with my father, that was it. That was
very, very similar, Alan. I was very similar.
Yeah. So I mean, I had a cabinet full, literally.
Wow.
And my mom would go, "What am I going to do with these?" And she, when I moved out of the house, she tossed them. And not mean. She just threw them away. She
didn't know they'd be worth any money down the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you never knew what they were going to become. I had a ton of wrestling, just a ton of all the more obscure name wrestling magazines as well.
Yeah, so not just the Apter mag.
Right, not just the Apter stuff. I had a bunch. That's the way you found out information back then. It was 2 months behind, but that's the way you kept up with.
Yeah, well, with the territories, you had no way of knowing you had no way of knowing what was going on in Memphis or in Dallas,
right?
World Class or USWA or Portland Championship Wrestling without a wrestling magazine.
Yep, and that was it. You had no idea who was hot in the AWA.
Yeah,
because you didn't get AWA until you got ESPN in the late '80s.
Or you always saw the Von Erichs, but you never got to see them wrestle. But you knew about them. You knew they were huge stars in World Class because of the mags. Same with Jerry Lawler. I never saw Jerry Lawler on TV until he became an announcer on Raw. And of course, he wrestled in the early '90s as he became an announcer on Raw. But you knew who Jerry the King Lawler was when he debuted on Raw. You knew exactly who he was from Wrestling Magazine.
Yeah, and Bruno Sammartino. I never saw him wrestle until we got cable TV, but I knew who he was from the Wrestling Magazine.
Yeah.
Josh is asking a question here. Speaking of NASCAR, how do you feel about Cletus McFarlane getting into racing, rather?
He finished second in the ARCA race last week.
I don't know the hell
he did. And his talk about diecast and everything souvenir related, he's selling out. I mean, everybody's buying.
Who is he?
Remember? Didn't Greg Biffle help bring him to the spotlight?
Yes, Cletus McFarlane is a guy that is racing now in the ARCA series and doing some what would be Busch racing, Xfinity racing, and his background's very interesting. He's a great marketer. Who would you think, Johnny, to compare him to? Anyway, and
there's only one Cletus.
What is his back? I mean, is he a driver? I mean,
he's a driver.
Was he a social media star or something? Was this like a Logan Paul getting in the wrestling kind of thing?
To a degree. That's a good analogy. To a degree, but all your peers were saying he didn't belong, couldn't drive, and he missed winning at Talladega last week by about 3 inches.
Yeah, well, it's like Logan Paul. He actually is a natural heel. He does well in wrestling.
Oh yeah.
But Greg Biffle did a lot of promoting of him, and they were good friends, and I think he helped his rise to.
Well, what's that kid? What's his name? That was the TV star and movie star as a kid, and now he's a racer.
You talk about the guy that was on the not the one
Frankie Muniz.
Frankie Muniz.
Frankie
Muniz. Yep.
He's a truck.
He's not so good though. He doesn't really. He's never a threat to win or anything.
He was a legitimate child star. He was like He was a big star, and now he's a racer. It's just so strange to me.
Yeah.
Thomas Garner says, I got a lot of racing things by a company named Racing Champion.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
They made all kinds of stuff for NASCAR. Racing Champions is still around. They're still a diecast company, and what they make now is not NASCAR related. They just make regular diecast cars now
Are
because they
they
don't
the
have a
ones that
NASCAR
still make
contract.
the die cast when a car wins and they have all the confetti on it and all the?
I know. I don't think Racing Champions currently has a NASCAR contract. I think
They
NASCAR.
did back in the day because I have the
Yes,
Jeff
yes,
Gordon. Yeah, I have the
yes.
Jeff Gordon Martinsville winner with the tire marks. You're right,
Yeah.
Alan. The tire
Yeah.
marks on the door and the
Yes,
confetti
used
on
to.
it, all that stuff.
Used to, yeah. Lionel had the exclusive now. Now I do think Lionel's exclusivity with NASCAR is coming to an end, but because I know M2 just put out their first NASCAR related item with Chase Elliott, so I think Lionel's exclusivity with NASCAR is coming to an end. But for the last several years, the only people that made officially licensed NASCAR diecast was Lionel.
That's what you did when you went to the races when I was a kid. First thing you had to do was get a program to see what the lineup was, and secondly, you went to the souvenir hauler and got a new hat from your favorite driver. That's the first thing you did.
Absolutely.
First thing you did.
Hey, before we exit NASCAR completely, did you see that what NASCAR did to Carson for his for what he
I did
did in
not.
his?
I did not.
Okay. How much do you think they fined him, and do you think they told him that was okay? I'll just go to the chase. They didn't outlaw it. They did not say don't do that again, which was refreshing.
Because it got over.
And they fined him $0.
Yeah,
because
which is a smart move because they realize that's the best thing that's happened in NASCAR this season
really
by
is.
far.
It really is. And so I was pleased. I don't normally agree with NASCAR decision making, but in this case, I thought they went down the right road, and I was happy to see that Carson did not get fined, and that they didn't even tell him he couldn't do it again. Now, he shouldn't do it again because he'll never be able to duplicate that.
That's the best win in NASCAR, most popular win probably in the last 5 years, at least.
Unless you're Bubba Wallace or a handful of other drivers that hate him.
Well, I personally think Bubba's very talented, and I like Bubba as a driver. Bubba lost me for a while with all that new stuff that was just ridiculous.
Talladega, yeah.
It just he should have come out and said, "Hey guys, I was wrong. Let's just drop it. Let's just drop it." That's all we had to do. That's all he had to do was just say, "Guys, I was wrong. I apologize. Let's move on." That's it.
And then did you notice the next race, all the other drivers pushed his car down pit road to the.
And if that was
like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
If that was for Bubba for a different reason, I would have loved it.
Right, but not.
Yeah, that's why people have such a hard time with Bubba now. And it's a shame that you can't, get past something like that because I have.
Well,
but Bubba was his own worst enemy. Doing that stuff.
He's ruined 2 of the last 3 races, though, Alan, with his blocking at inappropriate time stuff, or just flat out putting someone in the fence.
He said to the female, I forget her name, but the lady reporter that interviewed him after the race, made some smart comment.
Yeah.
He just needs to learn how to behave and conduct himself like a professional.
Yeah.
Hey, put that question back on the screen. There's going to be more than this. I'd have to do some research. But Sweet Stan Lane of the Midnight Express and of the Fabulous Ones, I don't think he graduated from East Carolina, but he intended to East Carolina.
Lodi.
Lodi, did he go to ECU? I know he's from Eastern North Carolina.
He was a bouncer at a place that the owners of where I worked.
I'm not sure if Lodi went to ECU, but potentially Lodi. And I guarantee you, we'd have to research it, but I guarantee you there are plenty of former ECU athletes at some point that wrestled on the Indy circuit. They're just by the law of averages.
Yep. Way back in the day, there was a guy from Greenville that got pretty popular in the IWA by the name of Ed Fury.
Yeah.
Ed Fury was from Greenville.
But Stan Lane did attend ECU, didn't graduate, and we need to check on Lodi.
He's only, he's only one like more of a modern day WCW Nitro guy. That
is a member of Ravens flock.
Yep. That's the only one that, like in my, like being around.
Well, you know Stan Lane, Dave.
Oh yeah. I'm just talking about during my. He was in Greenville like right after I graduated when I was working at the Sports Pad.
I feel like we are forgetting somebody. Like, I think there's a female. I know there is. There's a female wrestler that was in WWE in the the 2010 era. There was, and
there you go.
I cannot think of her name. Summer Rae. Thank you. Yep, Summer Rae.
Thank you.
I knew we were forgetting somebody very obvious.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Stan Lane, man, what a great story that was when Dennis Condrey went off to do whatever he did, and Stan Lane was able to step in.
What happened with that? I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
It was something with family.
All Corny will tell. He lied and said it was because he wanted to go to WWF, and then Cornette and Bobby didn't, and then WWF didn't want him by himself. That's not true. It's never been clear. He won't say. All that we know is he left Charlotte and moved to Colorado.
Basically just walked out.
Yep. And showed up again about a year and a half later in the AWA, teaming with his original partner. And they were the original Midnight Express with Paul Heyman managed them, and then they had the Midnight
Randy Rose.
Randy Rose, and they had the Midnight feud
I
later on in the AWA.
I like that storyline. That was cool.
It's great, and it would have gone even further had people not screwed it up. But the story with that of how Stan Lane joined the Midnight Express. The Fabulous Ones at one point were red hot in Memphis. Then they left to go to the AWA, and it just didn't work as well in the AWA as it did in Memphis. So then they tried it in Florida, and it wasn't getting over in Florida. And they were about to be brought in to wrestle on the Jim Crockett Cup as a special appearance tag team. Yeah, and it had that happen, they would have probably got over and ended up signing with Crockett in NWA. But literally right before that happened, Condrey leaves. Dusty goes, Stan Lane's there in Florida, and Cornette wanted to bring in Jesus Christ, I can't think of his name right now. Help me out, Alan. One of the members of the Heavenly Body, not Jimmy Del Rey, but the other guy.
Pritchard?
Yeah, wanted to bring in Tom Pritchard. Tom was working in Alabama at the time, and so it was going to be Tom Pritchard and Bobby Eaton is the Midnight Express. And Dusty brought in, asked Cornette what he thought of Stan Lane, and he's like, well, I'm not sure. Stan Lane's partner in the Fabulous Ones. God almighty, I can't think of nothing. Steve Kern. He said Steve Kern might not like that too much. He said, well, Steve Kern is he's getting out of wrestling. He's going to be a real estate agent, baby. And so whether Kern wanted to or not, that's what ended up happening. And Stan Lane took the money because Fabulous Ones were not getting over anymore. Joined the Midnight Express. Steve Kern gets back into wrestling, becomes Skinner in WWF. And
that was one of the strangest promotions, with the Fabulous Ones in Memphis. They did some really weird vignettes.
Well, it was the early days of vignettes. Here's the thing. Here's why it seems weird to you, Alan, because you're a heterosexual male. And you got to remember, you got to remember, there was a time in the '80s where a lot of the marketing towards females, when you look at Chippendales and stuff like that, was really homoerotic. It's really, really more what it appeals to, and that's what they did. That's what they did with the Fabs. I mean, videos of them in a hot tub together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was made to appeal to women, but it really came across as homoerotic. So it's. And I'm not saying that as a derogatory term. It's a real term.
That happened in music. One of the weirdest album covers ever. There's a band called Ambrosia that I love. Yeah. But they did an album called 180, and the album cover is just bizarre.
Yeah,
bizarre.
Brian Last, and we'll wrap this up, but Brian Last, co-host of the Jim Cornette podcast, says he remembers, downloading those vignettes from the Fabulous Ones on his computer, like on AOL, and his dad coming in while he was watching the Fabs and him having to convince his dad that he wasn't gay.
Sorry, guys. I was trying to, not trying to like change it. I was trying to load it and it went ahead and loaded. I wanted to ask you guys about, there was an article from TSN, 10 markets examined for potential MLB expansion. There. And so as you see there, Raleigh and Charlotte are on there. There's going to be one team for the West, one from the East. They're going to, by the way, realignment's going to happen. They're going to have 4 teams in the division.
American League needs some help. I think it's going to end up being Nashville and Portland. I hope Raleigh or Charlotte gets it, but unfortunately, I think it's going to be Nashville and Portland. But man, I'm really holding out hope Raleigh. I'd love it, but I'd even be satisfied with Charlotte. But I think it's going to end up being, the one thing that may help Charlotte probably more than Raleigh.
You get South Carolina.
You nailed it. North Carolina has been one of the fastest growing states in America and one of the top 10 most popular states in America. But now South Carolina over the last 5 years has become one of the most fastest growing states in America. And Charleston's like the new it city. Everybody wants to move to South Carolina. Conway is growing like crazy. So that may help Charlotte. Unfortunately, I think Raleigh is going to be the odd man out. I think it's going to come down on the East Coast between Charlotte and Nashville. And then on the West Coast, it's going to go to Portland. But
what about Salt Lake? They seem to have a good group.
I mean, it's possible Salt Lake too. Portland or Salt Lake.
That's the two that I'm hearing. And
then
Oakland's not getting it back.
No, and Mexico City comes up. So I guess that's a possibility. I really hope for Raleigh. I think Eastern North Carolina and Raleigh together and Greensboro, but I really think from Raleigh East will support the hell out of it. But
by the way, they don't know how to spell Raleigh, by the way. But
if Charlotte gets it, I'll be happy. Here's the thing. If Raleigh were to get a team, I'd become a fan of the Raleigh Oaks or whatever they would be. If Charlotte gets a team, I'm probably just going to keep cheering for the Cubs and just go watch them play in Charlotte.
So yeah.
If Charlotte's not close enough to me to that I'm going to lose my loyalty, where Raleigh, an hour and 20 minutes down the road, I would,
Your Cubs are playing pretty well, by the way.
They are. If they can get some pitching back, I mean, they've got 10 pitchers on the injury DL, whatever the hell you call it. They've brought up 8 different pitchers from AAA already to help out with their rotation. So when they get some pitchers back healthy with the bats they have, they're going to be dangerous. I mean, depending on the day, they're first or second in the NL Central.
Speaking of pitching, how about Trey Savage? What an outing for him!
Yeah, return to the Blue Jays.
Very cool. Just to see that for Trey. Very cool. Very cool.
Well, guys, do you have anything else?
Cubs play tomorrow at 2:20 in the afternoon. I'll be watching that before the Pirates.
I'm going to go watch some Fabulous One vignettes.
You do that and have your tissues ready.
Thank you, Josh.
I
keep quiet, Josh, and listen to all the Cub talk, but the Braves
the Braves have an unbelievable offense.
I would say so.
And they have an unbelievable offense. Are you going to cheer for the Nationals just to spite me when we go to the game?
Oh, hell no. That'll never happen. I would never cheer for the Nationals.
Good.
No, absolutely not.
What night are we? Do we know what night we're going, JR? Or are we? Is it
I'm just going to. I'll let y'all know as soon as I get word. If Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Or is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the reason I was wondering, Jessica wants Trace Atkins tickets, and that would be the same Thursday. So I just need to hold off on those until we know what night we're going.
Correct. And I'll try to do that as possible.
He said that his mom had to go to a different church after that song.
That song, I like Trace Atkins. That song is horrible.
I love that song.
That's horrible.
Honky Tonk, but Donkey Kong.
I think me and Alan have similar taste in music, country music. Anyway,
I think we do. Yeah.
Fun song. What's wrong with that song?
I mean, Trace Atkins has a great voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, you can't do Arlington and then do Honky Tonk but Donkey Dong. I'm sorry. It should not be allowed.
I mean, Arlington's a great song.
Once it was what we talked about as a fun song. He's very. I think Trace Atkins is one of
you can do. It's not that you can't do fun songs. I'm trying to think of a Trace Atkins song that's fun that's not goofy. Hillbilly Bone with Blake Shelton.
I love that song.
That's fine. Honky Tonk Badonka Donk is stupid.
I love that song.
Sell out.
Yep.
Just hey, and I get
what
fun
is that about
songs,
Kinston?
man,
Wait a minute, go back to that.
Josh is cooking a pig in Kinston.
Oh, at the barbecue festival. Josh, I'll look for you, man. How will I identify you?
Josh, what time you starting the cooking? Like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
You gonna have flags up? I mean, how do I know it's Josh Thomas's pig over there?
He'll be wearing ECU gear. I guarantee you that.
Well, I mean, he won't be the only one.
It'll smell the best.
I've only met Josh one time in person, so.
Oh yeah, at BW3s.
Yep.
Hopefully,
in Annapolis.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't know what the weather looks like in Memphis. I know here Saturday.
Saturday looks bad for the barbecue festival. It is rain or shine though, Alan. Friday night looks good. Tomorrow night should be good for the barbecue festival.
Good.
Saturday they're still going to have it regardless, but don't expect many people to come out if it's heavy rain. That will be a major money loss for the city of Kinston. Look, that barbecue festival is a big deal. There's a shitload of vendors that come. There's a ton of people that show up. So a bad forecast is really going to hurt that festival and the economy.
It's sad because we need the rain, but not this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And thank you for getting the news out for my friends there. Thank you for getting the news out for my friends there, Alan.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I appreciate that on Beach Boogie and Blues about their car show being canceled.
You're very welcome. They've rescheduled it to the 29th of August.
Yep.
So so we'll continue to promote that for you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Did you release Nikki's new single at 4 p.m. today? Didn't you? Weren't you going to release a new
Nikki Harris?
Yeah.
Nikki Harris. Yeah,
I said
Nikki's new single world debuted on Beach Boogie and Blues today at 4. Yes,
it's Carolina. What?
It's called Carolina Dancing in the Carolinas.
I think they heard the same thing I heard, JR. They heard you say Nikki.
Yeah, it was Nikki. When he said Nikki, I know he was talking to me. Nikki Harris.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Nikki Harris, longtime Eastern North Carolina musician and a really good dude. Really good dude.
All beach music sounds the same to me.
What's that?
All beach music sounds the same to me. It's
well, Nikki's not really beach music. This one's just got a kind of a beachy flavor to it.
I got you.
Yeah.
He says he gets the pigs at 8, and I'll have a big purple 10 up. Get my phone number from Johnny.
All right, sounds good, Josh.
Good luck with that, Josh.
Yeah, I hope you can win. A real pirate. We hope we can win.
We got to have him. We got to have him on the podcast if you will.
I would say Josh is a drinker, and I would like to go drink with him at Mother Earth. But I get a bunch of. By the way, I'll mention this. I'm not going to harp on this too much. But Tuesday, another 6-month CT scans and blood work. So everybody keep me in thoughts and prayers. If everything is good this time, I go to 1 year. 1 year, so twice a year. So this is my 3-year point after chemo. Big one on Tuesday, and need good results. Obviously, state the obvious. Good bad results are real bad. So let's hope for good results. Thoughts and prayers are appreciated.
Yep.
But I won't be drinking anything more than a beer or two this weekend because I don't want nothing to mess with my blood work.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
By the way, I'll give Mother Earth a free plug. They got a beer out right now, a sour called Can of Worms. That tastes like sour gummy worms. It's phenomenal.
All right, I'm heading to Kinston tomorrow. Then, if that's I'm in Virginia. Shoot, I forgot about that. Dang it. I forgot. I love a good sour. And
where am I?
I actually am friends. I became friends with the bartender, a young lady named Shell. I'll give her a plug too, who came up with that concept for that beer for Mother Earth Brewing. At least that's what she told me. If she made it up, and they might not be too happy with her, but she said that was her concept, and it's fantastic. And I'm not a big beer guy. Typically, when I go there, I will drink liquor.
So they do can it there. You can get it in cans, not just on.
I don't know. I don't know if you can. I haven't asked, but it's named Can of Worms, so you would.
That would imply, a can.
Yeah. But you definitely can get it on draft. and it's delicious. But typically, they also do their own whiskey, bourbon, etc. So typically, I go there and have mixed drinks, but I do enjoy that beer.
Yeah.
He says, if you find me, I'll give you that one beer.
I might drink 2, but no more than that, Josh. No more than
Or
that.
10 or 12.
And with
Yeah.
Josh,
No,
it'll definitely be
not
a
this
Bud
weekend,
Light,
Dave.
Kyle.
Well,
but when the blood work comes back good, then you can cut loose and have as much as you want.
Exactly. You said it, Alan.
All right. Do you guys have any final thoughts as we're getting at 2 hours?
Hey, yeah, my final thoughts are we're 20 and a half hours from first pitch, and I'm just, there's a lot that I'm waiting to see what happens with Grady. Are we going to see Grady out there? Will Sean make an appearance on the mound? It's just a lot. Is Nick? And Nick is a warrior with the way he's pitching, with all the pain he's in. So it's just I'm interested to see what our guys, who lines up where, who's playing shortstop, who's playing center field. But I know we'll put a good team out there, and I have a feeling we're going to sweep this weekend.
Oh man, that would be fantastic. What about let's go around the horn. We did it earlier, but for people, we're at the 2 hour mark and people are still watching and listen. Thank you. Alan, Vic, do we sweep? What do we do?
I'm going to say we take 2 out of 3.
Wildfire, are you still with us, brother?
I am still here. I am going to say, I want to say we get the sweep, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. We get 2 out of 3 this weekend.
Kyle Barber, the realist of the show.
2 out of 3. I think there's a possibility we sweep. Would not shock me. I am a little worried. I think Friday's going to tell the tale. I think if we win Friday, that's going to sound ignorant because we can't sweep without winning Friday. But I think if we win Friday, if we bounce back from that awful performance in Game 1, I think we have a chance to get the sweep. Now I know that sounds stupid because we can't sweep if we don't win Friday, but I think you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah, we do. We do. I say 2 out of 3. I want to say sweep so bad, but like we talked about at the beginning of the show, is which Pirate team is going to show up? And we know the Pirate fan is going to be there. It's going to be Justin. So Justin, you better get a damn sweep. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna do my best, guys. Gonna pull it out.
But Dave, if we're the team that we think we are, as far as a team that's capable of a 2 seed or maybe hosting if everything went well. Memphis, like I said, they're 3-13 or 3-15, 3-12 at home the last 5 series, and if you're gonna sweep anything on the road, this is the time to do it. I just feel like they don't do anything well other than steal bases. Their pitching is awful. Their hitting is not very good. We have to take them. We have to win 3.
You got to stress no free passes. Don't give them any base runners. Unless people are on base. Yeah.
No free 90s, baby. No free 90s.
Make them beat us hitting the ball. If they're going to get on base, they're going to have to earn their way on base.
Not only that, but once you and by the way, guys, I was going to say this earlier, and I just realized I forgot. We took that part of the USF, the Bulls. They were good at stealing bases, and we took that out of the.
Yeah, we didn't give them a lot of free runners, and we kind of took that approach out of the game by scoring so many runs where they had to really swing the bats. So
that's what we got to do this weekend, guys. I'm so excited about the weekend. We'll see how everything goes. And obviously, Wildfire, please be safe on the road, brother.
We'll do it.
We want to make sure that you come back in one piece and you're as wild as ever when you come back. And I hope that you have some good Wildfire stories.
That is the most popular collective. You said to come back in one piece. And is Mackenzie into that one piece crap or no?
I don't know. No.
Then that answers that question. Look it up. It's a thing. It's a thing now. It's a kid's thing. It's a game like Pokemon. It's called One Piece.
I can tell you mine ain't. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking. Yeah, you've probably seen the meal at Popeyes. The one they got a 1 piece meal for the 1 piece game, but it's not a 1 piece chicken. It's so confusing.
Oh yeah.
But anyway.
6-7, Kyle.
One piece out.
Skibbity toilet. And as Stevie would say, that was sick.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah.
Wildfire, you got to listen to some Elvis while you're in Memphis, man.
We'll do it.
All right.
Live from Graceland, Wildfire.
And don't forget to kiss your cousin.
Live from Beale Street.
All right, brother.
I'm not coming back till Monday, so Sunday night I'll be live from Memphis.
Oh my Lord! Oh Lord! We're gonna get
coming to you live from Beale Street.
We're gonna get a sweep on We'll have a sweep, and obviously we're gonna win on Sunday. Man, Wildfire is gonna light it up on Beale Street. You know he's gonna light it up on Beale Street.
I forgot what that bar is called downtown, right across from the Forum.
Oh, you'll find it. You'll find it, Justin.
It was a pretty bad when we played at the Liberty Bowl. It was pretty popular. I can't think of the name.
Silky O'Sullivan's.
Silky O'Sullivan's. That's what.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
All right, guys.
All right, we'll get out of here. We are too. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Sunday nights, and we'll have anything breaking news. We'll have it thanks to Kyle Barber on our social media. Until next time.
You're watching The Sports Objective, the podcast for Pirates.